breathe for me, darling. Just breathe. It's a boy. It's a boy.
Oh, darling. Welcome, welcome. Emma, come on.
More than 40,000 babies were born to teenage mothers in England and Wales last year. Although conception rates for the under 18s are at their lowest for 20 years, we still have the highest number of teenage pregnancies in Western Europe. Portrayed in the press as gym-slipped mums and benefit scroungers, teenage mothers often find themselves the brunt of society's prejudices. In order to get behind the statistics and the stereotypes, and to gain a deeper understanding of what life is like for pregnant teenagers, we decided to follow 3 of them in the weeks before the birth of their babies. They attend a Young Mums to Be course in North London. It's one of the many initiatives across the country aimed at giving pregnant young women the opportunity not only to gain new skills and qualifications, but also to help prepare them for motherhood.
When you're feeding the baby can take air in at the same time as taking the food from the bottle. So the chances are they will suffer more from colic. But the course is specifically designed for pregnant teenagers. So you've got topics that they're very interested in. It gives them a chance to learn what's happening to their bodies, to ask the questions within a group of like-minded individuals. So they can say and do what they want.
In terms of some of the things that you'd spoke to me about, it's quite...
I think it's just to treat them like young adults, not children, and to respect their views. For a lot of them, it's the first time they've actually heard that they can do something good. And they have 12 to 16 weeks to ask a lot of questions that they want to ask and to be the type of person they want to be.
We provide the course because people get pregnant. Young girls are going to get pregnant. But there's all different reasons why the girls come to us. They have young mums themselves and they just feel that it's okay to have a baby at this age and they can handle it and they deal with it very well. Unfortunately, we have mums that come on board that have conceived babies due to rape and, they as part of their culture, they actually can't have an abortion. So we're supporting them through a very difficult time in their lives. And there are genuine young girls that come here that have had sex for the first time and fallen pregnant because lack of knowledge of contraception or whatever it might be.
I'm small, you see, I'm nice and petite. I can still model. Where does me and you's like the same, yeah? And hers looks rounder and your one looks...
I don't want to think about the whole thing of being a mom. I just want to think about being Cassandra. I'm just scared. I have to look after my baby and I'm not used to that. I'm not used to it. I'm used to me looking after myself, being immature, laughing, giggling.
Who wants to see their baby's umbilical cord? No! Apparently if you eat the umbilical cord, it renews the body or something like that.
I think they eat the placenta.
The placenta.
It was only the other day that I was sitting and doing coursework, maths coursework to give him for A-levels. But now it's like when I'm sitting there or even in my Young Mothers to Be class, I can feel something moving. So it's changed the way I think. It's made me into an even mature adult.
They're learning to mature. They're young adults. This is what we have to remember. They're not children. They're actually young adults. So what we're trying to do is to prepare them for taking on that role.
That's all she's got to live on.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You can't buy nothing for £45.
Well, you have to learn to budget. That's what this is about, is teaching you how to budget.
How do you spell pethidine? I think there should be a lot more awareness about it. A lot of people don't think you're capable of looking after a baby at my age. But I'm really confident about having this baby. I know I'm going to raise her properly. And I want to. Give her the best life I can. I know a lot of girls that have had abortions. I've never told them that that's wrong, but I could never do that myself. And that's why me and most of the girls are here, because we just couldn't do that. We might not be married or have the money or the qualifications and stuff, but we're going to get that one day. It's about love at the end of the day.
I just wanted to say, hopefully without shedding a tear, I am so thankful of you all to come today. We are so very, very proud of you all.
The reunions are fantastic because it gives them a chance to come in and to show off their beautiful babies. And it's interesting to see how they've developed.
They change unbelievably while they're with us. Some of them just don't feel that they've got any future. And with the support of the tutors, the organisations that we refer them to, you know, we really feel that they've got something to look forward to and not just their baby.
There are many reasons why pregnant young women become disengaged from mainstream education in the first place. Social science researcher Dr. Alison Hosey has made a study of teenage pregnancy and its impact on young women's education.
A large proportion of the young women we spoke to were not attending education at the point that they became pregnant. And paradoxically, pregnancy was a route back into education. And I think this is one thing that schools and teachers and government officials and policymakers have to realise is that for whatever reason the young women have found them in the situation that they're in, pregnancy offers a golden opportunity to re-engage. A lot of the young women we spoke to suddenly realised, you know, the life priorities had changed and they had a child on the way, they had someone else they had to think about. And it was amazing, the attendance levels of kind of like poor attendance prior to pregnancy, suddenly jumping to excellent attendance, 100% attendance in many cases.
It's really important to get them back into education because it's about their futures. We say to them, it's great that you've had a baby or it's great that you're pregnant. Now let's think about you and the baby's future.
I don't know where you saved it on.
Okay. Can you look through them to see if you can find them?
Natalie, typical teenager with a lot of edge and a lot of sass, fantastic character, but found that she didn't quite fit in within the school environment. And when she came here, she found her little niche. And because of the way that we do have an open learning environment, she felt quite comfortable. And I feel personally she's moved on tremendously.
It teaches me a lot of stuff that I never knew about babies and how to weed a baby, what you have to do, like all the stages and like breastfeeding and everything. So I've got a lot of stuff out of that. And I did a key skill. I did 3 key skills: communication, IT, and application of number. I finished everything. It's passed through. What I've got to do is just do the tests.
I think the fact that the education is tailored to that young woman, it's an individual package. Every young person is different, and what they get from education and what they want from education is different. And I think a big part of why the young women we spoke to were dropping out of school in the first place was because it wasn't relevant to them. They didn't see where they fitted in to the grander scheme of mainstream school.
I think we've achieved with Natalie because we're offering a programme that is so personal to her situation at the moment. She needs to know about what's going on with her body. She needs to know about the pregnancy. We want to talk to her about labour pains. We want to talk to her about the sort of pain relief that she can get. So they're so personal to her circumstances at the moment, and that's where obviously the school can't help out.
We need to be looking at the problem of why young women are not liking school before they become pregnant, because this is part of solving the problem of reducing unwanted teenage pregnancy as well as supporting those who become parents. Is why are they not liking school? Why are they not attending?
That's the twins.
I just think it's very hard to engage learners when you're pregnant, whatever age you are. You can be so distracted because your future is your baby. So I think it's very hard for them at school to be engaged and talk about their qualifications because it doesn't seem the most important thing at the time.
When you due?
September the 9th or the 28th.
August 17th.
23rd September, but they got my due date wrong.
17-year-old Kevani is pregnant and in care. She's had to fight against the odds ever since she came to this country from Zaire when she was 6 years old. She was sent here by her parents, who hoped that their daughter might have a better opportunity in life in England.
When I came into this country, I came with somebody else who wasn't a family member, somebody who I didn't know actually brought me over here. So it was kind of scary, it was kind of new. And I remember I was very quiet, very, very, very quiet. Never said nothing much to anybody. I was just scared of everybody and everything. I wouldn't stop crying. I wanted to go home because obviously I was young and I was living with my whole entire family back home. And then I'm moving to this foreign country and I'm used to being stuck with my mum. I'm following everywhere like I was like her tail and she was like the dog. School was never really easy because obviously most of the kids there speak fluent English, and then you come in and you have to start right from the bottom and you don't know anything. I've always been somebody who's been so determined to do a lot of things and determined to learn, do you understand? And I wanted to learn what all them young kids were learning, obviously. So I had to put my heart into it. I had to work hard from young. So I think as a teacher, obviously you can see potentials in your students. So I think a lot of teachers saw that in me, and that's what made them work even more with me. I've had a social worker since I was about 9 years old, and I've been in care since I was about 10. I've gone through children's home and different foster carers from different backgrounds. It wasn't the nicest things and it wasn't the easiest thing, but I managed to pull through. I was a very unsettled child, but I always knew in the back of my head what it is that I wanted. So I let everything that's bad around me help make me into who I am, help make me even more determined to want to be somebody and something in life.
Abigail. Hello, love. Hello. You okay? All right.
You look nice.
How's baby?
It's all right, kicking like hell.
Everyone's all right, yeah?
Yeah. I see a key worker, and one of them key workers is Jennifer.
This is so cute.
Someone said it would go with But to me, it's not support. To me, it's more like she's a friend.
That can be used as a coat, though, for the evening stuff.
I really like that. I thought that was really nice.
When I met Kevani, she was a complete difference to all the other clients I've ever had. She was so determined to do well in education. She had all this paperwork, she had her books ready, and she was just so educational minded. She wanted to do so well. She wanted to prove everyone else wrong and do so well. And she had so many goals and plans to do well in education. Right, you got everything? Everything in your bag? I mean everything. I know you need all your stuff.
If I don't, Jen, I'll call you.
What do you
That's
mean?
what you're there for.
Early hours in the morning, I won't be coming to meet you.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Right, I got my small.
Soon after, some of her friends became pregnant. Really close friends. And I did think maybe Kevani might slip into that, you know, she can do it as well. But I never thought it because she was so dedicated with her education. But then later on, I say 2 months after I had started working with her, she fell pregnant.
I did about 100 pregnancy tests. I thought they were all lying. Did 100 pregnancy tests, and it told me negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, then negative, negative. So I said, okay, I'm not pregnant. So I left it, and then my mind kept playing on it, and so I went and did one. And it's like every time I went down to the pharmacy, the guy would be like, pregnancy tests are over there.
When I asked her, she kind of avoided the question. And she didn't really give me a clear answer to that she might be being pregnant. So I went back, saw her again next week, and I bought a test. I just surprised her with a test. Said to her, go in the toilet and we'll do the test. She said to me, why have you bought that? I said, we both know why. I said, we both got a feeling that, you know, we need to take the test and see. And it was right, she was pregnant.
It was a big surprise, I think, to everybody, because no one expected it from me. So it was a big, big surprise. It's like an angel taking off their clothes, and underneath is a devil. This boy comes out. It's a very scary thing because you don't know whether can you provide, can you be that somebody, can you be as strong as you think you are to be able to, because a lot of people look at it like, oh, it's cute, but it comes with a whole lot of package. And I think it's even scarier for guys, especially young guys as well. I mean, guys act like, yeah, they're big, strong Terminators, but really they're as scared as the girl is. And it's very hard to say that what you can do to get them involved in it, because they have to overcome that fear themselves.
And another kidney?
Little things like, for example, me taking him to the scan and him seeing the baby, then I think from there it kind of hit him that, oh, she is really pregnant.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of people supporting me, but it's like when I go home and I shut that door, it does feel lonely. Sometimes there's certain things that you want to open up and say, but you don't know the right person to say it to. And I'm finding it even harder to trust. And I'm finding like I don't want to say the wrong thing and someone take it the wrong way and think that maybe I'm mad. But it gets really lonely. So sometimes I catch myself just sitting there, just rubbing my belly and talking to him. They say it's good to talk to your baby and read, because they recognise your voice and things like that. So I started reading my Bible to him.
Lord, my heart is not proud. I don't look down on others. I don't do great things, and I can't do miracles. But I am calm and quiet. I am like a baby with its mother. I am at peace like a baby with its mother.
I'm a very religious person. Not everybody believes in God. Everybody believes in completely different things. But to me personally, my faith has got me where I am. In a lot of ways, it's made me stronger. Sometimes if I get scared in the night and I'm at home by myself, I hold my Bible, I sleep with it, holding it, and I respect it very much. I know for a fact I'm going to have a lot of love to give, a lot, because I think that's one thing that I can actually be honest with myself and those around me, that I've always craved for that love, that mum's love. Obviously because I left my mum at a young age and I don't remember much about her or what she gave me from what she didn't give me, so I've always craved it, and I think I craved it in the wrong places as well. That's me speaking for me. I really did crave it in the wrong places.
My ABC. Oh, this makes me cry.
Because it comes from the heart, Jen.
I know, but you're so good with words.
Yeah. See, A, accept your goodness, your value and your worth.
Believe.
B,
we all had to do a baby book, and it could be as personal as you want it to be. And for me, it wasn't just a baby book, it was something from the heart. I mean, you can buy as many things as you want, but the time is more special than the money you spent, because it shows that you put so much time and effort into it.
I've never met any mother to be so prepared. Kevani writes lists, she writes books, she writes untold amount of goals she wants to hit before this baby comes, and she's ready. She's got everything. I've never met anybody so prepared. And I think mentally she's ready for this as well. I think she wants it more like sooner than later.
I've got about 16 days left and it feels like I've got 2 years left. Like, I don't know if you ever used to watch that show, The Blind Date, where it's like the only thing keeping you apart is that little door before they open it and you actually see who your blind date is. And I feel like that's between me and Tyler. It's like just my skin that's keeping us apart, and I'm just waiting to see him. So to me, it's like a little blind date. So it's very exciting. So.
Falling pregnant in your teens can have a powerful impact not only on you, but on your whole family. Adelle lives with her parents and 3 younger brothers in the London borough of Barnet. Pregnancy completely changed her life.
I used to dance. I used to love my dancing, and I went to a dancing school and I really enjoyed it. I won a couple of medals and trophies, and it's just the feeling you get when you're in front of everyone. I just used to really enjoy it. It's just, yeah, it's learning new steps and new things and dancing with different people, and I just used to have a real passion just for dancing.
She's never been one for going out to nightclubs, and because she was always doing her dancing and just going off on holidays with them, so that kept her out of mischief. But you do just want your children to be safe and careful, and when she came home and said she was pregnant, it wasn't, you know, what anyone wants when they're so young for their children.
I was very scared because I didn't think anyone would understand my family and that. But when I told them, and you know, I saw their response, and that's when I decided to keep the baby. And I wouldn't regret it, even though he's not here yet.
What made you frightened then?
Just about where I'm going to live and money and how I'm going to cope with another person, and being responsible for someone else's life. Yeah, I've had a really tough time getting my flat and stuff, so I don't see how people can get pregnant just for a house, or it's a bit ridiculous really, because they put you through so much. It's such a struggle to actually get one that's suitable as well. You go to some places and they're awful, and they'll put you in hostels and things like that, and it's not easy at all.
You can keep stirring this for me, actually. You might want to get I'll hold it because it burns your hands there. I was very young, same age as Adelle, actually. I'm not very happy that Adelle followed the same route because it is hard work. I had the full support of my family, and Adelle has got the full support of her family. It was difficult though, having a young pregnancy and having to give up work, and then sort of financially it was difficult. Yeah, so when you hopefully get your flat...
Oh my God.
Oh, she's... oh my God, she's not good cook, is she?
I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
I thought it was getting a bit hot.
Dear. I better put some water on that because it's smoking badly. It's difficult for everyone bringing a family up. Even if you're in a stable relationship, it's hard having a baby. Oh dear. Keep stirring. Try not to set the house on fire. She's lucky that she went on this training course, which has taught her. I mean, she's always been around babies because obviously having 3 younger brothers, but it's taken an insight as to everything that goes with the baby, you know, because a lot of teenagers think having a baby is just having a baby, but it's not. It's everything else that goes with it.
Mom, can you make me one more piece of bread?
Adelle comes from a nice family and she comes from a nice background. It can happen to anyone. You can't judge people for being pregnant so young. It's just one of those things and you have to get on with it. I did guide Adelle. I did put her on the pill thinking I was doing the right thing when she was sexually active to not try and let her get pregnant, but it didn't work out like that. So, you know, you can only try.
I think they should start teaching you about it earlier on in primary school. So you've really got it into your head.
Well, I was shocked because, you know, she was on the pill, what we thought she was taking, and to try and prevent her having a baby so young.
We didn't learn that much, to be honest with you. They taught us a brief bit in primary school in year 6, but it was just really about condoms and things like that.
I think they have sex education at the age of 11 now, because my son's just had sex education at school, and, you know, I think it's quite healthy that they should know what the dangers are and everything.
They didn't teach you about emotions and things at all with linked to sex or anything. But I think they should teach you about STIs and STDs as well. With like symptoms and things as well, to make you aware of that.
Can the baby hear us when we speak?
Yeah, if you go close to it, it can hear you.
Can it?
Yeah.
Speak. Hello?
I think he's sleeping now.
Oh, that's his feet. Down here.
Adelle, does it hurt when you kick?
Sometimes.
And remember when we saw his foot just come out of your skin, we could see the shape of it. It's disgusting.
Oh, she's the world. Having one daughter as well. She's absolutely lovely. She's caring, she's good with the boys. Her brothers adore her. She needs to pick up on the housework thing, I think, you know, and do a bit of ironing more, but she's fine. She's okay.
I think everyone knows how to clean a house and that. But it's cooking. That's my lowest point. But I'm getting there. Surely, but slowly learning.
You always have that special bond when you have a daughter. So, and like, I'm going to be at the birth.
I'm scared. It's going to hurt, but at the end of it, I'm going to have a beautiful baby. So I'm going to have to go through the pain.
I'm terrified. Just for the pain that I know she's going to be going through, and there's nothing I can do to help her. So that is the only reason. And it'll bring it all back.
Natalie is an only child. She lives with her mother in a small flat in North London. She was 15 when she first found out she was pregnant.
So I found out, shocked. I was happy, but I was really happy. I was over the moon, but I was shocked as well. And then the woman asked me, what did I want to do? I said to her, I would keep the baby. I'm close with my mum, very, very close with her. I can tell her anything.
What about this one?
She was on holiday, so I rang her and told her. And then she just told me, don't to do nothing, just to wait until she comes back. Then we'll sort everything out. So I told her I was having the baby anyway, and she's like, it's a good decision.
Your daughter is your daughter, your son is your son. When they are doing bad things, you tell them, this is bad, this is good. And this is something that has just happened, that I haven't got any control over it. You understand? So something that has come like that, I don't know. I will not allow her to go and do abortion. I don't care what anybody says. And I love her. It's my only daughter. This is nice, isn't it?
I didn't tell my school. A teen pregnancy woman called Janice Schmel told my school, and they came to my house and asked me what did I want to do. They're supportive. They've been very supportive to me. Very, very supportive. I was very close with my deputy head, so she's been helping me out a lot. When I found out about JHP, I told my teacher that I wanted to do that, and they referred me there.
Parkview came to us and said, is there anything that we can do to work together for Natalie? We were able to take private funding from the school and put Natalie through her 6 units of her qualification, plus 2 key skills, which we're still waiting for her to sit the exams, but she's actually done brilliantly.
This is the carry code and the car seats, all in one. Look.
Wow.
All right, it's carry code and car seats.
So I can take it anywhere I want to.
Anyway,
how much is that
It costs you
altogether?
$299 complete with the pushchair. You get a pushchair.
Everything.
You get a carry code.
So you get a discount?
Well, we work out something. Yeah. Yeah.
We've got our cots, we've got our push chairs, we've got our mosaic baskets, we've got everything. It's a thank to my mum because she's very organised as well. Really got my bags packed, everything. So my mum's very organised and helped me out a lot. She's helped me out a very lot. Grateful for that. She's helped me out a lot. This is something that she didn't plan and it just happened. That doesn't mean that after this one, after she gave birth to this one, she have to go and do it again. So this is something that she says she's not going to do it again. After this one, she's going to take her time, finishing her education, finishing the school, doing whatever she wants to do. When she's ready and when she's old enough, if she wants to, I don't know, have another baby, that's fine with me, but not something that she has to rush and do it again. Yeah. When I see people, like young girls, have babies and some of them are not really doing anything with their lives, they're just most probably just sitting at home doing nothing. That doesn't really give me a good impression. But I've seen how pregnancy can change people.
You know, the hand wash thing, the alcohol thing. Instead of taking it to the side of my cot, you wanna come near the cot?
I'm buggy. I'm doing it when someone comes to my house to visit the baby. That's what I'm going to do at the door. Doesn't matter what age you are, you can still look after yourself. Like me, I want to see what I can get out of college and do everything to make sure I'm a good mum to my child. Make sure she gets everything she needs as well. So.
4 weeks later, we returned to find out how things had gone with our 3 teenage mums-to-be.
I was a week overdue and I was induced 8 days later. He was £9.14, so he was really big. And I think that's why, because they were going to give me a caesarean, but they didn't in the end. They just got him out with the forceps. It was hard. It was very hard and it was long. I was in labour for 17.5 hours.
I did try to sort of tell her, warn her about the pain and tell her that it's not going to be a bed of roses because she can't even face a needle.
I had epidural and gas and air and everything. It was very tiring afterwards, but when he was here, it was really, really like emotional and just can't believe you can love someone so much. Like,
I think this baby's actually brought us closer because she's sort of needed me a bit more, and you know, whereas she went off and found her own life and did her own thing, now she's sort of come back and she needs us a bit more, and it's quite nice that we're there for her.
I mean, she was really good. She was like giving me like lots of advice, but I think when I was actually like in labour, she got a bit worried. She had to go off and have a bit of time by herself just to calm down if she was feeling a bit overwhelmed and stuff. And it's not nice to see your own child going through like so much pain as well. So, but she was really good.
I'm going to bed now.
I was very stressed because I wanted to get everything ready before he'd come, and I was really worried that there wasn't going to be enough room, and which there's not going to be soon when he gets a bit bigger. But I think it's worked out for the best being with my mum and dad and that the first couple of weeks. But still, I need to find somewhere of my own. It's just overcrowded, really. It's just not a lot of room. I don't think I'd change anything because I think you can learn from your mistakes and things.
You don't fatty boy.
And I think you have to go through the low times to get to the high times.
Oh, you're doing a poo-poo now.
Because we've always had a close family, I'd like to keep it that way. That's why I wanted to live somewhere near as well, so that we could all still see each other every day and things like that.
So leave me alone, I'm feeding.
Me and my mum are a lot closer. I've realised how much I need her and how much she had to do for me as well, because she had me when she was 18. So I can understand how hard it was for her as well, so I'm really grateful.
It actually means the world, though I can't get my head round being called a grandma yet. I feel a bit too young to be called grandma, so other than that, all my friends take the mickey out of me and say, "Come on, Granny, we're on a granny's night out," and I'm like, "Oh, please, shush." But it's lovely.
And he was sticking his finger in his mouth this morning, like this.
I just hope she's happy, healthy, and her baby brings her a lot of love like she's brought to all of us.
I went to the hospital and then I had to wait an hour and a half for a room because it was so busy, there was so many people. And then I was feeling so much pains. And I got a room. So I called my best friend and called my other friend because they wanted to be there at the birth with me. So I called them, they came. They were making me laugh a lot because I was still having contractions, but I was laughing because they were making me laugh. I just felt like I needed to poo, that's what it felt like. And then it started getting stronger and stronger, then I couldn't bear it anymore. I didn't even look at the birth plan, I was in so much pain. I didn't even look at the birth plan. They doctors knew anyway they asked me if I wanted a water birth, but I said no, I can't be bothered because it wasn't that long anyway. Because she was born at 8:15, it took about at least 10-15 minutes and then she came out. My boyfriend came too late because I rang him late. I rang him when I was just going to give birth to her, so he lived all the way in Hackney, so he couldn't come straight away. It took a long time, so he started crying for some reason, but he was happy. He was really happy to see her. He said at last she came.
And your dad was there?
Yeah, he came after I had birth because I was hungry. So I was telling him, "Can you bring me something to eat, please, Dad?" He bought me 2 McChicken burgers and 2 fries. And my boyfriend's sister bought me the bucket KFC to eat, and chips and coleslaw and everything. She's very close with her dad, the same way that she's close with me. She was thinking that her dad would be very disappointed, so in first, she begged me not to tell him. But I just sat her down and tell her that, listen, it's better for him to know through you or through me instead of him hearing it from outside.
I wanted much for her, for herself anyway. She's the only child, so I mean, what else can you do? It's happened, so all that we have to do is support her. Everybody make a mistake, but it's only the way you come out of that mistake. Yeah, so hopefully, maybe she's going to learn. And I'm still talking to her. The main thing is for her to go back to her education.
I respect him, his opinion. Maybe he didn't want me to have the baby so early, but it's happened, so I can't really change nothing about it. So he's accepted it anyway. He's happy to have her, so it's not anything big. But he just says to me to learn from, just to make sure I don't have another baby at this age again.
The pregnancy was, in a way, a blessing in disguise because I think it calmed her down a bit as well.
I'm happy, but I'm tired. I'm kind of bored because I'm always in the house now. I can't go out. I don't want to take her out yet because she's a little bit too young. So I'm always in the house. People come visit me, but it's kind of boring always being in the house. It's all about her, really. So everything I have to do, I have to always plan it because I've got her.
So what are your hopes for the future? What are your hopes for her?
That she doesn't get pregnant at my age, like me. That she learns. I'll tell her everything anyway when she grows up, how old I was when I had her and everything. So I want her to go to school, do everything, get a nice house, get a nice car, do everything, not to rush things too much. So I'm happy about it, really happy. I'm happy to be a mum.
Hello, my name's Kevani. I called in earlier on. Hold on, let me give you my
You've got
phone.
your notes,
Yeah,
good.
I've got my notes.
Good afternoon, may I have
I
this
came in.
number,
I called in
please?
earlier. I was having some pains at the front,
174.
When I spoke to the nurse earlier on, they told me that I should just keep an eye on it and then have a warm bath. And if it gets any worse, then I should just come in. So it keeps coming and going. And then I've timed it and it's more frequent now as well.
All right, okay.
So
then.
I thought I'd just come in and make sure and get it checked out.
All right, then. Let's just see. I'll just see what room's available and make you comfortable, all right? Okay. Mona, can I use HS4, please?
Yes, that seems to be vacant at the moment.
All right, then. Okay. So you want to come with me?
Okay.
This way. I'm Sonia Blake, okay? I'm one of the midwives.
And with timing, and it was coming more frequently. And I was like, but I'm not feeling that much pain, so it can't possibly be labour. So I started calling all my friends that's given birth and asking them, how did it feel when you was in labour? And they were like, well, their pain was all in their back. Everyone said in their back, and mine was in the front. So I thought, no, it's not real.
So what I'm going to do is just feel your tummy and see how baby's lying, listen to baby's heart rate. And then, obviously, we'll do that examination I was talking about, yeah? So that we know where we are, we can take it from there, yeah? So first, let me just see. I know we term, isn't it? So, that's right. So that feels right. Good. Let's just have a listen. Lovely. Let me just listen a little bit longer. Good.
If the baby's head is engaged, like, can I go home?
I think what we'll have to do is do an examination to confirm, but I've got a feeling you're in labour. I could feel a contraction there, and the way baby's lying, I've got a feeling you're in labour. Yeah, and you're coping very well. Very well.
When she tested me, I was like, right then, can I go home now? So she was like, no, you can't. You're about 4 to 5 centimetres dilated. I was like, what? So it was like, my whole body was in shock. Like, my mind was in shock. Like, I was thinking, no, that can't be. No, it's not true. I started feeling the pain. And the lady goes to me that she wants to do another internal, so I should go to the toilet and ease myself. So just as I was about to go to the toilet to wee, my water broke just as I was getting off the bed. And then she was like, perfect. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then half an hour later, I started pushing by myself. The worst pain was when the head was coming out. That's when I panicked. And the head was like about halfway out. And then the nurse caught the head. Then I started screaming down. I was like, let go of his head. I wanted the head to go right back up where it was. I was like, I'm not ready to give birth yet. So she was like, no, you have to push. I was like, no, let go of his head. And then she was like, look, the head's halfway out, just push it out. And then lucky enough, the contractions came again, and then I had the urge to push again. And then I pushed, and because he was small, he just came flying out, so I had to catch him. When the nurse told me that, oh, your baby's out, I just started crying. I started crying, and then I stopped. And then I think the gas and air hit me again. So, like, when she showed me more of his back. And I think the last thing I remember seeing was his birthmark, right, just above his bum cheek. And then I kind of closed my eyes.
Oh, darling, I know. Yeah.
Wow, being a new mom. It still hasn't sank in yet. That's the honest truth. Sometimes I catch myself and I'm just staring at him like, oh my God, you're mine. And he's just looking at me. Or when I'm feeding him or breastfeeding him, then it hits me like, wow, I'm a new mom. But it feels great. It feels good, apart from the sleepless nights.
Kevani's a very special girl. She's so determined in everything she does. And she's such a giving person. I've never met someone that will put herself so way out of people that have done her so bad. And she's always so good to them. But she's very special. And she will do well in the future. I have high hopes for Kevani. I do. I'm glad to be a part of it. I am.
All I can tell is young people out there who are not pregnant is enjoy your life to the fullest. You only get to be the age you are once. You live life once. And for all those young people that are pregnant, don't let people tell you that it's the end of the world, because it is not. It's just the beginning. Don't let people make you feel dirty or make you feel like you're a bad child because you're young, because you're not going to be the first teenager who's done it, and nor are you going to be the last. I wouldn't say that, oh, all young people go out there and get yourself pregnant, because it's not the easiest thing to go through, especially if you don't have family supporting you. And remember that it's not a teddy or a little dolly that you're holding. It's actually real, it's human, it's a part of you, and it's going to be depending on you. So don't give it second best, because in this life, if you can't give your child the best, then no one else will. I'll be right there to show you the love that you've been missing. Every day is a new day.
Don't want to go to bed now.